Good evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Georgia. We are here for the final round in the October month, the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, with the Pure Speed Elite Series for their round number 7 in their championship. And tonight they have kind of brought back the pink liveries on the cars, and it is donation night. So in order to give you a little bit more information here, I'm going to see if I can find one of the organizers of all this. And let's see if I can get him in here. Hey Jaden, this is Mark in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey man, we're on our final October event here. Everybody's got the pink liveries out. Can you give us a little bit more explanation of what exactly we're trying to accomplish here tonight?
Yeah, so we got the group of guys to come together and do a pink night here. Obviously, we're all gonna be, most of us are gonna have pink cars tonight, other than a few who probably are just last-minute calls, didn't know that they were gonna come and race tonight. But basically what's going on tonight, we got Pink It Forward event going on. It's an organization based out of the Midwest. And what they do is they send care packages to people that are affected with breast cancer. So they get a little hope and have a brighter look at the future, and it's just to warm their hearts up and kind of give them a good day compared to a bad day when they're affected with breast cancer. So my mom, being a breast cancer survivor, was able to come up with with one sister and a few cousins, and they get together, and it's a nonprofit organization, and they just send out these care packages to people affected with breast cancer, and it's pretty awesome.
Absolutely, that is a very, very worthy cause. So, if people want to know a little bit more about the organization, and if they would care to make a donation, we can just send them to www.pinkitforward.org, and they will find out more about it there.
Yep, that is absolutely correct. Just check them out. It's actually, you can click a few tabs and read the whole story behind it. And yeah, we really appreciate you guys donating here at the end of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're happy to be out here on the track repping a great organization.
All right, man. Thank you so much for a little bit more in-depth explanation on the Pink It Forward donation event that we're doing here tonight. Jaden, I wish you a lot of good luck here tonight on the track. Well, you were pretty close last time. I hope you're going to be closer this time, my friend.
Yeah, that's for sure. And it's going to be a little bit more interesting tonight. We got a bounty going on as well here in the race. We had drivers enter in $5 if they wanted to, and the best finisher will get that prize pool. So we got something on the line here.
All right. Well, that sounds like like they have everything to race for here tonight. Again, my friend, good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you after the race, because that would mean that you're somewhere close to the lead.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thanks, Mark, for everything you do.
You betcha. All right, folks, there you have it. That was Jaden Gimbel giving you a little bit of information on the event of tonight. We are trying to raise some money for Pink It Forward, and as you heard, this is an organization set up by a few ladies that are breast cancer survivors. They know what it's like. They want to try and use that money to give people that are dealing with breast cancer, just to give them a great day, and take them away from the troubles that they're going through for just a day. And so we really would appreciate it if you check their organization out at www.pinkitforward.org. I'm going to leave the link on the right bottom of your screen, right above the iRacing logo. You will find that website. So whether it's during or after or before the race, folks, go and give it a check out. Thank you so much. All right, I have some... Had a little noise on the background there, but I hope I got it fixed. So let's go and take a look at The facts of the matter tonight, we are talking round number 7, folks. That means that we have completed 6. The math is not that hard, but there you go. The point standings after the Michigan race of last week. And look at the top of the sheet there. We have a very tight race for the championship going on. James Holzer and Austin Reedy tight with 242 points there at the top of the chart. Then it's Jaden Gimbel not that far behind with 228. Then Tyler Werner 213, Nathaniel Mann with 204. Nathaniel has been running pretty strong in top 5 slash top 10 area pretty much every race. Then in 6th position we have Ryan Steenbakkers. Unfortunately, I just see him popping in the session there. Ryan is here as well, and he is currently in 6th position with 190 points. He's been doing pretty good. I believe he won at least once. Gregory Joyner in 7th, right close behind him by 1 point. Then it's Patrick Steen. Debbie Hutchins, the only lady in the field currently, she is maintaining a top 10 position here in the point standings, and your top 10 is rounded out by Kyle Benson, who is currently quickest in practice here, so he is looking to move up. We haven't seen Hank Gaston in Michigan, and I haven't seen him here either. Hank Gaston came in race 3, did very well in race 4, won there. He pushed himself up into 16th position in the point standings, but I guess there may be some scheduling conflicts in his racing program, and he was not here last week, and I don't believe he's here today either. So unfortunate, but these guys do a lot of different leagues a lot of the times, and you can't always make it. Life happens to everybody. That's your point standings, folks, and let's bring in some information on the racetrack. We are at, somebody's playing around in the infield there. And the Crooked Line Racing Series on your Thursday nights, folks. It is round number 7 in a championship of 20. We are looking at the Atlanta Motor Speedway map there. It is a 1.5-mile D-shaped oval with pretty steep banking. Guys are the best drivers on fresh tires are going flat out the entire lap. They won't be able to do that every lap, obviously. The tires will wear off, and traffic happens, and racing for position, obviously. But it is pretty close to all full-out pedal to the metal on this racetrack. Very fast track. So coming off those steep bankings out of turn 4 and out of turn 2, we do every once in a while see drivers get a little bit loose as the banking unloads. The grip on the rear end kind of fades away there. You will see some drivers getting a little bit of trouble there. All right, so we're looking at an ambient temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. We have a relative humidity of 55%. It's a cloudy sky, no winds to speak of, and we have a track temperature of 93 degrees. It is not extremely hot, but it is fairly hot. And hot tracks, folks, always make for somewhat slippery conditions, as all the rubber and the grease, it kind of gets a little bit mushy, and it doesn't help the drivers. They like it a lot better if the track is cold and right around like 70 degrees or something like that. All right, so what we'll also see is we'll see some double file racing, we hope. If you look at the racetrack, it is a fairly wide racetrack. Ooh, and there you see one of the drivers climbing up into, oops, that's the wrong driver. That pink car there, I believe, let me get the information back up. That is Darren Ard, and he was getting into wall there, it looked like. Wrong incident. Somebody's on the infield playing around. That was not the person I was looking for. There you have Nathaniel Mann in the number 29 car, and as you can see on the timing chart there, it is all pretty close together there at the top. Kyle Benson leading the time chart there with Werner in second, and Gimbel, Havens, and you have to go to 4th position to get even a tenth of a second difference between these guys, and you have to you can't find anybody that's a second slower. You have to go down to what is it, 18th position to find somebody that's half a second off the pace. So it is pretty close together here. And as you saw in the standings, in the championship standings, it is pretty close in the championship standings as well. There we have Ryan Steenbuckers, who changed his black livery to pink as well in the number 799, sorry, and he is playing around on the infield as well. There we have Debbie Hutchins, the only lady in the field, in number 82, and same thing, adapted her paint scheme for the event that we're having here tonight. So once again, folks, check it out, pinkitforward.org, and find out some more information on the worthy cause that we're trying to support here tonight. As you can see on the clock there up top on the left of your screen, we are closing the practice session here in about a half a minute. We'll be going into qualifying, 2 laps of qualifying individually done. That means that the drivers are on the track by themselves. We can see all of them, but they cannot see each other. And they have 2 laps. Those laps have to be clean. They cannot touch walls or anything else. So some more information that I can give you, folks. This is a fixed setup race. We have 1 fast repair, and fast repairs, as you know by now, very commonly used in leagues like this. It gives the drivers 1 reset. If they mess up and sustain damage on the car, they get 1 reset. The fueling and the tires are not included in that fast repair. All right, folks, we're getting ready to go into qualifying. And let's go and find who's out there on the track. I believe it is Gregory Joyner in the number 3 car. That is the first one out on the track. So we're going to give him the benefit of that and see what he can do as his first lap time. I believe we have a pretty good field here. Not sure exactly how many, but I believe we have something like 22 or 23 cars going into this race. As you heard Jayden explain, they have a bit of an extra incentive here tonight, money-wise. They put up a little bit of a pot to race for, so we'll see how all that pans out. Gregory Joyner out on the track now in the number 3 car, and he is getting started with his first timed lap here. So let's take a look at what the time will be. Joyner in the top 10 of the standings currently. So doing a pretty good job this season. And he's coming around out of turn 4, coming into the tri-oval. This first lap time will be set there. There it is, 29.827. And that is currently keeping him up there. And then we see Kyle Benson in the 76 car, and he has put himself on the provisional pole there with a 29.648. Let's keep an eye on Kyle Benson here, see if he can improve on that lap time. We have, well, as you can see, times are coming in. About 12 drivers posted their first lap, and we'll be waiting and seeing what their second lap will do. There's Benson being done for the night. No improvement by only 300 of a second, but still a very decent time. Austin Reedy, your second place driver in the championship here in the number 11 car, takes that provisional pole away from him with a 29.642. That is a pretty decent time. We have Samuel Morris out there. Oh, he's already done. Chris Massey, you'll see some of the drivers being done already. They're slowing down. This is Robert Ballard in the 32 car. Ryan Steenbeckers is out there. He posted a 11th position currently, and maybe a little bit disappointed for Ryan. He's usually up there in the top 5 when we get started, so we'll see what's going on with him. Mitchell Snare ready to get going, it looks like. Paul Bailey in the 21 car. Like his paint scheme, very, very creative there. And Paul Bailey puts himself there on the 13th position. And it looks like he is about a second and a half slower than Reedy. And on a track like this, folks, that is quite a gap. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out for him. We have no other drivers on track, it looks like. We have Brian Crocker in the 86 waiting on pit road. Mitchell Snare still waiting there on pit road. So currently no drivers on the track, and if they want to set a time, they're going to have to hurry, because obviously the first half minute is gone by just getting out there, and then obviously you need some time to get around that track twice. That takes about a minute, so if you don't get out there now, you're not going to make it for 2 laps. You might still make 1. And even that is getting pretty close. So looks like we've had qualifying in the books here pretty much. Yeah, I can't. Oh, there's Brian Crocker. He did go out. I don't even see a number on that car. That might be a little bit confusing for us tonight, but I'm sure we'll get it figured out. Brian is out there on the track. Let's see what his time will say and how it reflects his capabilities compared to the rest. Ooh, there he loses the car. He's off track, and that means that lap is not going to count. We also have Darren Art going out, so we'll keep an eye on Darren there. Brian Crocker did not set a time. And it looks like Darren Art did not set a time. He's already, yep, I'm sorry. Qualifying's already done. So there you have it, folks. Let's go and take a look at the grid for you. While the cars are lining up there on the front stretch, we'll go through this real quickly. Austin Reedy is on the pole position with alongside him Kyle Benson in the 76. We have Brad Herman, Samuel Morris on row number 2, Chris Massey and Gregory Joyner on row number 3. The 4th row is for Cody Havens and Richard Rico. Then we have the 5th row with Brandon Gillis and Nathaniel Mann. Ryan Steenbecker's Kelly Melanson on the 6th row. On the 7th row, we have Paul Bailey and Robert Ballard Jr. James Holzer, the championship leader, is on the 8th row alongside Tyler Werner. Werner is 4th in the championship. Jake Roll and Mitchell Snare are on the 9th row. Then it's Patrick Steen and Darren Art on the 10th row. Jerry Isaacs, Jaden Gimbel on the 11th row. Debbie Hutchins and Kate Gimbel on the 12th row. And on the 13th row, we have Brian Crocker and Randy Bousquet. I hope I pronounce his name the way he wants to. It looks like a French name to me, so that's kind of the way I was taught to pronounce a French name like that, but we'll get it all sorted out at some point. 26 drivers on the grid here, folks. Pretty good-sized field for the Atlanta race. We are going to be running a 162 laps here tonight, so a fairly long race. If needed, we can do up to 5 green-white checkers here tonight. As said, they have one fast repair, and I believe they have unlimited tires here tonight, so we're in for some pretty good racing. The racing in the Pure Speed Elite Series has always so far been very nice and very close and very clean, very enjoyable series. And so if you're into this Cup car racing and you are interested, check them out on Facebook and let them know that you're interested. I'm sure the more the merrier. So so if you like this Cup racing stuff, come on down and play with us. Austin Reedy leading the pack behind the pace car there, getting ready here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, folks. Kyle Benson alongside him up top there. Then it's Samuel Morris and Brad Herman on the 2nd row. Then Chris Massey and Gregory Joyner on the 3rd row. Beautiful sight. A lot of these guys with a pink paint scheme, as you can tell, supportive of the Breast Cancer Awareness Month and the Pink It Forward organization in particular here tonight. Again, folks, it is a donation race for Pink It Forward. Go check them out. They do a lot of good stuff for people that can really use a good day in the times that they're dealing with breast cancer. So go and check them out. Pace car will be going down here pretty shortly, coming off of turn number 4 into the tri-oval, and they'll be waiting on the radio call to get this thing going. Austin Reedy, there we go, leading the pack towards the start line into turn 1. There you have it. He's already pulling about a car length away. Good start. Looks like everybody is getting away pretty clean. A couple of drivers blinking a little bit. That's connection problems that they may have. And already slotting in single file up top there. Ooh, one of them going down the aprons and having, he almost saved it there, but not quite. Let's see who that is. That looks like the 21 of Paul Bailey. Let's bring that back a little bit further here. I'm going to give you one more click back there. The 21 car coming off the turn. Little bit loose, it looks like. Yep, a little bit loose. Did it by himself, and and then he just can't save it, and he gets into what I believe was the. Can't really tell who that was. Well, the 5 is involved there. That is Randy Busquet, and I believe it was the 11 that was in there as well. So unfortunate. He almost had it, but it's not easy, folks, at these speeds. If that tail end starts fishtailing, you want to get out of the gas because you don't want the tires to start spinning. That doesn't help anything. But if you get off the gas too much, then if you get off the gas too much, then you lose the risk of the rear end just kind of locking up and still making it worse. So you have to play with that throttle a little bit to try to get it back into a straight line. And when you're going about 180 miles an hour, that is not easy, I can guarantee it. James Holzer is down pit road. Maybe he was the one that was involved there. I was not 100% sure who that was. Jake Rowell is down. Oh, he was the one. That was the one. That was the number 19 car that got taken into the wall by the issue of the 21 driver, Paul Bailey. Unfortunate for Jake Rowell. They have a faster pair. Let's see if Jake is going to use it right away. Oh, I'm not sure what he's doing here. He's backing up. Oh. He needs to be precisely in a certain area in that pit box. Otherwise, iRacing will not allow anybody to do anything. So that's what we're looking at right there. He did not take that faster pair. Jake is going back out. And meanwhile, we have Austin Reedy still leading the pack here. Let's go and see where Jayden Gimbel is. He is running there in 17th position. You heard him explain a little bit about the donation cause that we're running for tonight. pinkitforward.org. Go check it out. James Holzer, your championship leader, running in 23rd position. It looked like he went down pit road. I don't think he had that much damage, but he may have sustained some of that. He was in the back there somewhere. So James has got a way to go here tonight, but obviously we still have a lot of laps to go. Pretty much 157 laps to go, so he'll have some time. And as long as you stay on the lead lap, you're usually in pretty good shape. Michael Snare, he is on pit road with a lot of damage there, and it looks like the 19 of Jake Rowell's coming back in. And I hope these guys are aware. There you have it. Jake Rowell took that faster pair. I hope that they're all aware of that. Some drivers are just not aware of that because they may race in leagues where they don't use that faster pair. Mitchell here might be there because of a tow, and if he took a tow, which they do by just hitting the escape, and they clear the track instantly that way, obviously iRacing is not going to give him any of that time. They calculate time for that tow, so he might be waiting on that. Let's go back up to your leader. It looks like we're getting ready to get going once again. There we go. Single file restart. Lap number 4 going into 5 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in Georgia. It is Austin Reedy that leads the pack into turn 1, followed by Brad Herman in that white number 85, and then Kyle Benson in the 76. Samuel Morris in that blue car with the Hot Wheels livery. I believe he's running a different number than it shows in scoring. Yes, he's running number 44 instead of 31. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Chris Massey in the 83 there in the 5th position. Austin Reedy hanging on to that lead here currently, and it looks like they're single file. We'll have to wait and see how well that second line up top is going to rubber in. It looks like right now they're all just using that bottom line, the bottom quart of the track really. There we see Kyle Benson coming to the inside of Brad Herman. Really low down by the white line. You don't want to get your wheels on top of that white line or over them, because that'll upset your car pretty badly. And it looks like we have an incident, somebody off the grass there. That is Robert Ballard Jr. Let's go check out what happened to him. We did not go green. He saved it. Give it another click here. He's coming off turn 4, and he's a little bit loose coming on the main straightaway. That's exactly what I was talking about. When you unload that banking, the car gets a little light in the rear, and if you're not careful, you can lose the back end like he just did. Back up front live, we are with Austin Reedy. It is Kyle Benson now in the 2nd position, and it is Brad Herman now in 3rd. Ooh, there we have an issue for that. I believe that was the 44. Let's go and check and see if we can figure out what happened. Yeah, that is the 44. He did not go yellow on us. There you have it. We didn't go yellow, but he had an issue there. Let's see what happened. Yeah, he got touched by another car. Ooh, and it's kind of surprising we didn't go quicker on the yellow here. We have another incident, maybe. Nope, that was the incident that we went yellow for. It just took iRacing a little bit to go yellow. Looks like the same problem, loose off the turn and then not able to save it, collecting some other cars. So we are on our 2nd caution already. There he comes, going, obviously I expect him to go to pit road once the pit's open. And we'll have to wait and see what else we have. Yeah. Going off there once again over the grass. Didn't go to pit road just yet because the pits are probably closed. Oops. There we have your leaders, Reedy and Herman, and Kyle Benson there in 2nd. There you see the whole field just trying to get sorted out here behind the pace car. We see Austin Reedy coming down pit road here. In fact, the entire leading group is coming in. As you can tell, Holtz are already up to 12th position right now. That is pretty good progress for just maybe a few laps of green that we did. Debbie Hutchins down pit road. Jerry Isaacs down pit road. Randy Busquet down pit road in the 5 car. And let's see, Gregory Joyner. You need a different camera angle here. Make sure that we can see these guys. Pretty busy on pit road here, folks. There you see them heading back out. And it looks to me like Ryan Steenbacher stayed out, and Darren Ard did as well. Steenbacher is behind the pace car there. He did pit on lap number 1, but he did not pit this time around. And the same is true for Darren Ard, and oh, those guys look like they're teammates. They may have teamed up, actually. I was not aware of that. And we have Austin Reedy in 3rd there. guys who bit. Ooh, there Ryan goes into the pits. And Darren decides to stay out. Ryan changed his mind, obviously. And it just always boggles my mind a little bit. If you see all the leaders going in, why would you not follow? This is going to cost you a lot of track position. But Ryan changed his mind, obviously. Brian Crocker also coming down pit road. And we'll see what Darren can do here. He stayed out, did not go in at all yet. And he still looks pretty good. We're only on lap 12, obviously, so the tires will start to fall off, well, usually right around between 10 and 15 laps, a little bit depending on the conditions and the track that we're at. So my guess is that we'll see Darren Ard, at least they'll be able to catch up with him pretty quickly, because most of those guys are on brand new tires. We have Samuel Morris there in the 44 car. It looks like he did take that faster pair. We have Gregory Joyner there in 24th position in the number 3 car. His back end is damaged, and not sure if he is going to be taking that faster pair. It looks. And I'm guessing the lights will be going off there. Yep, there they go. Darren Ard is your leader. Trying to keep some heat in those tires, and it looks like we're going to go double file this time. So Austin Reedy will be on his outside, then it'll be Kyle Benson and Brett Herman, and it'll be Chris Massey and Brandon Gillis on the 3rd row. And as I said, folks, James Holzer is working his way up pretty quickly already. He's already in 9th place, so even the pit stop gained him something. Nice field, good field here tonight, absolutely. What did I say? 26 cars on the grid, look at that. Few little gaps there in the field. Some people being a little bit reluctant to close in. There we go. Darren is on the gas. We are racing once again, and Austin Reedy is definitely not taken by surprise here. He is staying alongside the number 80 and 98 with Benson there on the inside. It looks like that outside line for Reedy did not really work all that well, and I'm kind of guessing that's because he's up where he is. It's just not that grippy right now. It might get a little bit better once we get the track rubbered in, but right now it doesn't look like he's got the grip he needs or that he's looking for. And a 76 of Kyle Benson is doing a little bit better as far as that is concerned. He's on the high side, and he's pushing that nose ahead of the 98 there. He looks like he is now clear and in the lead, dives back to the inside, regains that line. The 11, that is James Holzer. Look at James Holzer. He started 9th, and he's already in 4th position here. And with starting 9th, I mean on that last restart. So James Holzer is very, very quickly here. The number 42 car. With the big pink M on the hood there, that's James Holzer, folks. He's got the 85 of Brad Herman on his inside there. Look at that. Nice run in there. And as soon as they hear they're clear, they're going to try to dive to that inside. Kyle Benson has the lead. Austin Reedy in 2nd place. James Holzer coming to the outside. He is able to make that work. And that is really surprising to me, as we earlier saw Reedy having a little trouble with that. But Holzer doesn't hold back. He is taking that outside line, and he's challenging Benson for the lead. There you have him on that higher side, folks. Leaving each other good room here. The 11 caught in the middle there. And James Holzer is, in fact, pushing that nose ahead of Benson's car. He is, in fact, leading right now. And he's cleared. He's in front of the 76, and he grabs the lead there. Ooh, we have Darren Art going a little high there. It definitely looked to me like he had to get out of it and lift. Ooh. Looks like he's not the only one that's getting in trouble. We have Nathaniel Mon in the 29 car being shuffled around there. Ooh, stop that car and wait for everybody to go by, my friend. Let's go and check one more time what is going on with him. In the tri-oval, he comes up to arc for the next part of the turn there, and he just isn't aware of the car next to him, who is not arcing up as much as he is, and that was all she wrote. And the trickiest part, obviously, often is the other car, I believe, was Brandon Gillis, or Brandon may have had a separate issue. Let's see. Yeah, Brandon was behind it. And it looks like he ran into the other car that bounced off the wall there. And the other car that bounced off the wall, I believe that was the 99 of Cody Havens. Yes, indeed. Unfortunate for Brandon Gillis, that engine is smoking, hoping he still has his fast repair. Smoking engines are included in that, but smoking engines mean that you don't have any power left. So that would be really unfortunate, and it usually is a pretty lengthy repair as well. All right, we see James Holzer going, if we go live, we see James Holzer going down pit road in at 42. He was very fast there in these last few laps. And Jake Roll coming down pit road, Darren Ard, Cody Havens, Richard Rico, Debbie Hitchens staying out and picking up 5th position there. Jaden Gimbel, Cade Gimbel, let's see, Ryan Steenbacher's back on pit road. Well, pretty much everybody is in pit road here. Randy Biscuit and Nathaniel Mon obviously going to be in pit road. Hopefully he has that fast repair. We'll take a look at that really quickly here. See if he, ooh, tapping the guy in front of him there. He's not quite using it yet. He's getting tires. Sometimes these drivers don't take these fast repairs and will make, regular pit stops under yellow to try and get it fixed the normal way to save that fast repair for later on in the race. And that might be what he's doing. He could have had that fast repair used up already. Not sure if he did or not. Paul Bailey on pit road. And there you have your leader, Kyle Benson, Austin Reedy in 2nd, Brad Herman in 3rd, and Chris Massey in the 83 car is in 4th, and Debbie Hutchins picks up 5th position by staying out. Ryan Steenbacher's in 10th. James Holzer dropped to 7th with that pit stop. That's not too bad. And as we saw earlier there, right before the yellow, he was fast. He was going around on the outside of people pretty easily. Lights on the pace car went out, as you saw, and we are going double file once again, folks. Kyle Benson there on the inside, Austin Reedy on the outside, Brett Herman, Chris Massey, Debbie Hutchins on the inside there, and alongside her will be Brian Crocker there in the 86. And once again, folks, we are running a donation event for Pinkett Ford. Check out their website to see what they're all about. They're trying to help people that are going through tough times by giving them a good day. So your help will be greatly appreciated by people that can use a little bit of light in the darkness. There we go. They nicely wait on the call on the radio. There we go. Side by side in the turn one. The 76 keeps the lead. Austin Reedy in second position. Brad Herman in third. Chris Massey in fourth. And Brian Crocker in fifth position there. Let's see. We have Debbie Hutchins dropping into sixth. And let's see, James Holzer there in ninth position. Ooh, 3 wide already. That was really close there. Almost went bad. Holzer on the high side doing really well there. Once again, picking up a few spots already. Kyle Benson still hanging on to that lead with Austin Reedy in second position. There they come down the backstretch. Brad Herman staying along there very nicely as well, coming to the inside of the 11. He wants second place and picks it up pretty easily, it looks like. The 11 on that higher side just kind of lets him go and kind of probably thinking, oh, we'll get you later, buddy. Chris Massey there in fourth position in the 83 car. Nice paint scheme, kind of classic retro-looking car. Jake Rowell there in the 19. After that early incident, he had a fast repair, and he is flying, folks. He's already up in fourth position, and look at him. He is going by these guys like they're standing still. Now pushing himself into second position at the cost of Brad Herman. Going into lap 1, he is right there on the tail of the 76 already. That was an amazing shuffle he had there, passing like 5 cars in 1 lap. There you see him right behind the 76, diving to the inside. He is alongside, and he's going to pick up the lead coming into the tri-oval. Jake Rowell in the number 19 car steals the lead from Kyle Benson in the 76. Kyle's not giving up, obviously, but it looks like Jake has got a lot of speed here, folks. Jake pitted on lap 20. He's on fresh tires. He's actually been in the pits 4 times already. Look at him. He's leading the race here on lap 28. We see Jaden Gimbel passing some cars here. He is now in 8th position. James Holzer in 4th position in the number 42. Catching up to Brad Herman. Debbie Hutchins dropped to 11th, and she seems to be maintaining that pretty good. Nathaniel Mon still running there in the, 19th position. Steenbakkers in 24th. And it looks like Steenbakkers may have an issue. He is 3 seconds behind Ballard. Jake Rowell in the lead, pulling away from Benson. Benson has Brad Herman still behind him and James Holzer. Herman going to the inside for second position. And it looks like he can make that stick. going into turn 1, and I'm fairly sure we have another one. Let's go find out. That is the number 5 of Randy Busquet, and let's bring it back a little bit further and see what happens here. And what I believe is happening here is gets offline, he gets below the white line, and then he is fighting that backhand really, really bad. The best thing he could have done was just stay on the apron until he gets to the tri-oval, because transitioning from that apron to the banking, that is not working. As you can see here, folks, he got a little loose. He was fighting that car all the way down the backstretch. Going into turn 3, he gets on the apron, and then he tries to get back up into the banking. What he should have done was just let it go, lift, and just let it coast onto the apron until he can get back in the tri-oval. And unfortunately, he could not save it, and that was it. Well, lap 32, folks. Another yellow. Jake Rowell still leading the pack here. Let's see if we have more people down pit road. Yes, all the leaders look like they're going in. 12 cars, 13 cars, they're all going down pit road. Jake Rowell leading them. And his pit is somewhere in the middle there, so let's see how he does going out. That track position is easily lost when your pit is there somewhere in the middle. It's a little bit easier if you're all the way up front as pole sitter, because you have a clear track in front of you no matter when you go out. Of course, the other guys have to deal with other people driving in and out, or coming in, or accelerating out. But it does look like Jake has done a phenomenal job here. He comes out in the lead. Brad Herman comes out in second. Holzer in third. Benson in fourth. So Benson is the biggest loser at this point when it comes to the pit stop track position, and Holzer seems to be gaining quite a bit here, already up in third position. So there we have some more people coming down pit road. Steenbecker's leaving in 17th, and we have Sam Morris, Nathaniel Mann, and Jerry Isaacs coming back out. Ballard ready to go back out. Busquet, he is looks like his car is in fairly good shape. Can't really tell. The back end seems to be a little bent up maybe. Paul Bailey in the 21. He is 15 laps down, so I don't believe he's been out since the last one. Lap 34 of 162, folks, here in Atlanta, Georgia, with Jake Rowell right behind the pace car in the lead. Looks like Jaden Gimbel has picked up some positions on pit road as well. He is now running in 6th. And let's see, Gregory Joyner. Ooh, that back end is not great looking. He might be saving his fast repair with something like that if the car handles all right. Brian Crocker in 12th. Debbie Hutchins in 13th. She's also been in the pits. They pretty much all have been in the pits. Michael Schneer is leaving, and Nathaniel is coming back in, and that tells me he's got some more damage he wants them to take care of before we go back to racing. Yeah, that rear end still needs a little work. There you have them, folks. The field following the pace car. Lap number 34 gives me once again an opportunity to tell you about the donations that we're racing for tonight here. Donation event for Pink It Forward. Go check them out, folks. It's a real it's a real worthy cause. A bunch of ladies set it up, and they are trying to raise some money to give other ladies that are suffering from breast cancer, to just give them a good day, just have a little different day and take their minds off things and stuff like that. So really worthy cause. And if you don't want to miss any of the action here, we can understand, but go take a look at it after the race. This is our final event in the October month, folks, the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I really think that the Pure Speed Elite Series has done a really good job this month of bringing awareness to the breast cancer research causes and stuff like that. And then the same thing tonight with the Pink It Forward organization. So kudos to all these guys that set this stuff up. I really think that it's an awesome thing to do that kind of things in your league. Getting ready to get going again. Jake Rowell and Brad Herman on the front row there.
Green flag, green flag.
And once again, they wait for the radio call. I'm not sure if they're supposed to, but it looks like they are doing that very nicely this race. Close together there. James Holzer on the inside, already pushing into second position with that 42 car behind Jake Rowell. Let's see if Jake can keep up that speed difference. Obviously, they're all on equally new tires now. James Holzer in second. It looks like Brad Herman is getting Reedy on the inside. They're slotting in single file right now. Looks like Rowell is taking a bit more defensive line there, and Herman diving to the inside of Holzer there pretty aggressively, I would say, and he picks up second position. The number 85 white and pink car there, that is Brad Herman in second with James Holzer right behind him. Austin Reedy, Chris Massey, Kyle Benson, Tyler Werner, Cade Gimbel, Darren Ard, and Jaden Gimbel rounds out your top 10 right now. Lap 38 of 162. We've been racing for 31 minutes already. Oh, that is Massey. Oh my God, he saves it. Chris Massey, what a moment. Let's bring that back for you. Here he comes into turn one. He's down by the white line, nothing going on just yet. Look at number 2 here. Yeah, he gets loose in turn 2, and he beautifully saves it coming onto the backstretch. That is some skill. Jake Rowell maintains the lead. Brad Herman in second position now. Holzer dropped back to third. We saw Herman pass him there. Austin Reedy in fourth. Tyler Werner now in fifth. Kyle Benson and Darren Ard in seventh. Chris Massey still hanging on to that top 10 position though. And it looks like Gregory Joyner is about half a second behind Massey. Can Joyner move in a little closer? There you saw it in the background again, folks. Some guys just having a little bit of trouble keeping the nose going straight forward coming off the banking. Jake Rowell, if you're looking back, you're looking at Brad Herman. And you can hear the engine, folks. They're barely lifting going into these turns. They may slightly lift a little bit at the moment they turn the wheel to try and transfer a little bit weight on those front wheels. You have to be careful, though, not to burn up your right front tire that way. But you can tell this is almost flat out here, folks. Brad Herman following in second position. This is from the nose of his car. He is lifting a little bit more here. Listen to that engine going into lap 43. Barely lifting, just a tad. And of course you have to realize that Herman has to lift a little bit because the Rowell, although he's catching the draft, it also means that there's a little bit less airflow on the front end of that car. So it gets a little bit of a push if you're right behind somebody else. But he's definitely benefiting from the draft, staying right behind Jake Rowell. Holzer dropping back about 0.6 of a second now in third position. trying to save his tires maybe. Austin Reedy in fourth. Kyle Benson is in fifth, and he is about a second and a half behind Reedy, with Darren Ard right behind him. Jaden Gimbel worked his way up to seventh position. Chris Massey back in eighth already. Tyler Werner dropping to ninth, and Gregory Joyner in that number, what is it, 3 car with the damaged back end. He is in 10th. Cade Gimbel in the number 2 coming alongside him, trying to take it away from him. On the higher side, Steenbacher's worked his way up to 12th already. Let's keep an eye on Steenbacher's as well here. He is doing a really good job working his way forward. There he passes Gregory Joyner in the number 3 car. So Steenbacher's now in 10th. And meanwhile, at the front, Jake Rowell is still leading Brad Herman. Well, let's ride along with Brad here for a moment. As you can hear, he's lifting just a little bit. The car gets a little bit of a push behind the other car. And he gets a pretty good run off the turn there. It looked like Rowell had to lift a little bit as well. And it looks like Brad can take advantage of that and steal the lead away from Rowell. James Holzer's caught up with these guys. Tires are becoming an issue maybe for Jake Rowell. The 42 and the 11 have caught up with them, and they're mixing it in there right now. And that is Austin Reedy in 11, in the 11 in fourth position. Sometimes you think quicker than you can talk. Brad Herman in the lead in the 85. Steenbacher's in 10th. Jaden Gimbel in 6th position. Jaden was really close to a win last time, and unfortunately, an incident on the last lap took it away from him, but he's up there. He is running in 6th position. It looks like Kelly Mellinson has passed Cade Gimbel there in the number 2 car. It looks like the number 2's fallen off a little bit. He's been hit in the back. Brad Herman still leading. Jake Rowell there on the high side. Gets Austin Reedy coming alongside him there. And it looks like Jake has to let Reedy go. And then it's Holzer pulling the exact same thing on Herman. It looks like that higher side's not working as well as they would hope. Although we did see Holzer make it work earlier. 85 and the 11 there, side by side. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle. You can't help but wonder if tires are already starting to become a factor. It's been about 20 laps since we pitted. Jake Rowell coming back towards Herman again. These top 4 guys are pretty evenly matched. Slotting into 3rd. Holzer in the lead. Looks like they are stretching it out just a tad. Jake Rowell dropping about a car length or so behind. Holzer and Reedy in the lead, then a little bit of a gap. 0.3 of a second is all it is, 2 car lengths. Jake Rowell, and as you can hear, we're going to start dealing with traffic here pretty soon. Lapped cars up ahead. Fifth position is for Kyle Benson. It looks like he is working hard to climb back up there. Dropped back a little bit, and now he's trying to close back in. Darren Ard in sixth. Ryan Steenbacher's in seventh. He's doing a really good job, steadily working forward. Holzer in the lead. He is going by the first back marker there, really high. Giving room to the leading group there. Very nicely done. That was Robert Ballard, and he is being passed by Steenbachers at the moment. Holzer still leading the pack. Austin Reedy in second. Jake Rowell in third. Brad Herman in fourth, and Kyle Benson is definitely closing in on him there in fifth position. Ooh, Herman having another moment there, coming off of two. I would say that looks to me like Herman is fighting that car a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, he does a pretty good job. We could ride along with Brad and take a look at the work his arms are doing. The more you see those arms going left, right, there you have it. A little bit of oversteer, and Rowell had the same thing. And folks, at these speeds, this is not easy. This is definitely, you have to be quick. He's trying to go for that inside here. Can't quite get alongside yet. Very, very good job these drivers are doing. Brad Herman in the white number 85 there. Looks like Kyle Benson has caught up with him. Saved his tires a little bit better, maybe. Ooh, it looks like Jake is running a little high there. Brad getting wheels on the wide line. Be careful. Ooh, all three of them. The 76 coming down the inside there. That is Kyle Benson. Not quite far enough alongside to make anything happen. Holzer still hanging on to that lead. It looks like Jake is having a little bit trouble staying down. And he is has no choice but to let Brad Herman come to the inside there. Holzer and Reedy close together now. Looks like Reedy is slotting right back in there. Reedy coming off those turns a little bit wider to try and pull what they call the over-under. Benson still behind the 19. Oh, and Holzer has got Austin Reedy coming up now on the outside. There comes Austin Reedy on that outside. Nope, can't quite get it done. Outside still not working for him. On the back stretch, trying to get closer in the draft once again. It looks like James has got this stuff under control at this point. Lap number 62 going into 63 here of 162 Atlanta, Georgia. Round number 7 of the Pure Speed Elite Series, the Cup Series on Thursday night. This is our final race in the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are running for donations for pinkitforward.org. A lot of drivers trying to honor that cause with pink in their liveries. As you can see, the number 42. Not quite the usual McDonald's colors, but really cool looking car. Steenbacher's in 5th position now, closing in on the number 19 of Jake Roll. And it looks like Steenbacher's and Darren Art are working together on this thing here. Kyle Benson's been passed by these two guys. He has dropped into 7th position at the cost of Steenbacher's and Ard. Holzer once again coming under attack of Austin Reedy. Trying again on the outside there. Nope, not close enough. Can't get it done. On the backstretch, coming alongside one more time. We have Chris Massey going down pit road. What happened to Chris? You have an issue? Oh, yes, he did. We've seen him do it before, and this time he could not save it. Not going yellow because he was no danger on the race line. Very unfortunate for Chris Massey. He was doing very, very good there. Up top and up at the lead of the field, we have Holzer and Reedy. Reedy now on the outside, coming alongside, still not able to get it done, but he is pretty close. Brad Herman hanging on the 3rd, Jake Roll hanging on the 4th, Steenbacher's in 5th, trying hard to get underneath that 19 car. Benson has passed Darren Ward. He's mixing himself back in there again. Darren still along there. And then it's 3 seconds further back to Tyler Werner. It looks like the 83 of Massey is back out there again, obviously losing some time in the pits. Robert Ballard down pit road. Ooh, that's not really going down pit road, my friend. That's being on the infield grass. Not sure if he lost it. Let's go and take a look. Yep. He lost the back end, went across. Ooh, good save, good
The yellow
save.
flag is out.
Well, not sure what it was that happened, but something did. Yeah, that's Ballard. Well, it looks like we're all having a little bit of a connection issue. I can't really tell what's going on here. There is Ballard trying to come back on track. Oh, there we go. Well, that almost went bad, but not quite. Jake Isaacs coming down pit road. Nathaniel Mond coming down pit road. Not quite sure if it was Ballard's issue there that caused the yellow or something else. All the leaders coming down pit road. Holzer, Reedy, Herman, Ard, Steenbacher's in 5th. Tyler Werner, Cody Havens, Jake Rowell, Gregory Joyner staying out. And everybody else coming back down pit road to get some service here. James Holzer in the 42, further back on pit road this time. Left side, all 4 tires changed. There he goes. James Holzer back out. Let's go and see where the rest of them pan out. Looks like he's getting off pretty good there. Samuel Morris had stayed out. Holzer is the first one out from the guys that went down pit road. We have Gregory Joyner and Samuel Morris staying out. Samuel is a lap down. Or is he? No, he's not. No, he's not. I'm confusing him with somebody else. I was confusing him with the 83 of Massey. This is Morris. Joyner and Morris both similar damage on the rear end. It looks like Joyner and Morris both changed their minds. And that brings James Holzer back into the leading position. The 151 of Chris Isaacs rolling slow there. Kate Gimbel is also on pit road in the number 2. He's coming back out. Ballard is on pit road there. Looks a little bit beat up as well. Morris and Joyner. Joyner is the pink car. Well, that is a fairly lengthy pit stop. He's probably trying to get some damage repaired on that rear end. The 83, that is Chris Massey. He'll be waved around. That at least gets him one of his laps back. That's good news for him. Joyner back out on track. Nathaniel Mann back into the pits trying to get some more repairs. And there you have Joyner. Still a little bit beat up there on the left front as well. He's just trying to make it work here. There you have it. One more lap. We're going to go green. Going into lap 73. We'll be racing again. Austin comes alongside. Darren Ard is in third. He must have had a pretty good pit stop. Tyler Werner, same thing. In fourth now. Michael Schneier in the 43 must have had a pretty good pit stop. Cody Havens. Steenbacher's back down to 10th. And where is... Jaden Gimbel in 15th. Kyle Benson dropped to 17th. He's had some sort of issue at some other point. Look at that. What happened to him? He goes out of the pits. Already damaged. Yeah. Not sure.
Green.
And we're back racing, folks. Going into lap 73. James Holzer and Austin Reedy at the front there. Side by side. Werner and Ard in the second row there. Also still side by side. Reedy slips in behind Holzer. And Reedy already coming for the lead on the inside there. Looks like he's going to pick that up, although we know that Holzer is pretty strong on that higher side. Darren Ard coming with him there. The 42 is not giving in that easy. He's pretty strong on that high side, as you can tell. Reedy picks up the lead. Darren Ard picks up second position, and Holzer in third there. Now slotting in down towards the bottom. Reedy running a little higher. Darren Ard picks up the lead. Holzer slots into second place underneath the 11. Look at the 43 coming up there. Mitchell Schneier. Ooh, the 11 ran a little high there. It almost hit the wall. The 43 of Mitchell Schneier is in third position. Looks like Austin Reedy is having a little trouble. Cody Havens in the 99. Steenbacher's already in fifth position. Restart, he was in 10th. Steenbuckers is really strong tonight. The 98 of Darren Ard, teammate to Steenbuckers. Mitchell Snare into 43 in second position. James Holzer in third. Austin Reedy in fourth. Steenbuckers already in fifth. Really good job he's doing here tonight. Ooh, a little bit of shuffling in the front of him there. Mitchell Snare has picked up the lead, folks, going around the outside of Darren Ard. And Darren back on the inside, defending his position. Mitchell slots in second. Ooh. Not sure if that was a loose moment or him diving to the inside coming off of turn 2, but he goes underneath Darren and he picks up the lead once again. Good battle for the lead here. Holzer, in the meantime, in third position, hanging on to stay in touch with these guys. Oh, Cody Havens in trouble. Saves it. Beautifully done. Snare alongside once again. Still side by side, laps on end. This is pretty good stuff. And James Holtz, he's got a front row seat. He can't quite make that higher side work. You heard he had to lift just a notch there. Closing in on Mitchell Snare. And Steenbuckers now coming underneath Holzer. Steenbuckers in third. He is really, really strong. Steenbuckers to the inside of Snare. And he picks up that second position. Can he make it? It looks like he can. They're still side by side. Mitchell still had it on the line. Steenbuckers and the 42 seem to be helping each other a little bit there. Ooh, 3 wide, folks. Careful, careful, guys. Holzer on the inside, 3 wide into turn 3. Holzer backs out. That's probably good thinking. Steenbuckers slots in front of the 43, picks up second position. Darren Ard 6/10 of a second ahead of him. The 43, nope, can't get alongside. Austin Reedy back at it again there in the number 11 car on the higher side. Gets ahead of Holzer. Holzer on the inside. Reedy is having a little bit more trouble on that higher side. Snare is high. And the 42 seems to be coming up towards him. Holzer in third now. And he brings Brad Herman along. Wow, this is good stuff. The 99 washes up a little bit there. That's Cody Havens with the 33 of Tyler Werner, and Austin Reedy followed off a little bit to 8th position at the end of this group here. Richard Rico in 9th and Kelly Melanson in 10th. And then Jaden Gimbel in 11th is about 1.7 seconds behind these guys. Darren Art is hanging on to the lead. He is a half a second ahead of Ryan Steenbakkers. James Holzer, couple of car lengths between him and Steenbakkers. It seems to be stretching out a little bit now. Tyler Werner in 5th. Cody Havens and Mitchell Snare. Mitchell dropping off a little bit, now in 7th position. Definitely tires falling off a little bit. And folks, it is always a fact. If you run hard in the beginning of the stint, you're going to pay for it later.
Yellow flag is out.
We have a yellow. We have the 83 going back into the pits. Let's see if that was the yellow. No, it's the 99 of Cody Havens. Let's go see what happened here. Ooh, he gets a tap from the 43. Ugh. Luckily, it looks like nobody else is getting collected in this. And the 99, yeah, it looks like he safely gets to go down on the apron and turn it around to go down the pit road, which he is doing. He took a tow. Chris Massey also on pit road. Lap number 88, just over halfway, folks. Darren Ard, your leader. Last pitted on lap 69. Steenbakkers in 2nd position. Holzer in 3rd. Brad Herman still up there in the top 5. Tyler Werner worked his way forward. Mitchell falling off a little bit. Rico in 7th position. Pretty good. And we see all of them going down pit road here, folks. There you have them. Darren Ard, your leader. Darren Ard is on the move. It looks like he is the first one moving. Passing his teammate there. And it looks like Darren is bringing it out of pit road there in the 1st position. In front of Steenbakkers and Holzer. That's the way they came in. Brad Herman, Tyler Werner. Snare seems to be picking up a place. Gimbel in 7th. Kyle Benson in 11th. Looks like Kyle had a bit of a... Whoop, that's not Kyle. This is Kyle. Looks like he dropped off. Oh, front end damage. That's the problem. Where is the 11 car? Austin Reedy, 17th after the pit stop. That seems to me like something has been going wrong a little bit. He was up there in the top 10, now running in 17th. Kate Gimbel going in, Ballard going in, Mon running. And Randy Bousquet is in. It looks like we are have lost Havens and Massey. Roll is out. Gillis and Bailey. Roll was doing pretty good there up top as well. Unfortunate for these guys. Very, very good racing so far, folks. Very close racing. Very respectful racing. I will say that. They're doing a good job. They're doing a really good job. And as you can tell, we're going to get them ready again. Darren Art in the leading position with Ryan Steenbuckers on his outside. Matching liveries, so my guess is these guys are teammates, and they've been working together pretty nicely. And then it's going to be Holzer and Herman on the third row. Werner and Snare on the... I'm sorry, Holzer and Herman on the second row, and Werner and Snare on the third. Jaden Gimbel and Brian Crocker behind there. You see Darren Ard trying to keep some heat in those tires, folks. Pretty much the entire field pitted on lap 88.
Green flag, green
There
flag.
we go. Ard and Steenbuckers are leading the pack into turn one, and it looks like Holzer's already closing in on him. Herman on the high side, right behind Steenbuckers. Werner there in the 33. Werner into 33, coming to the inside of Brad Herman, folks. He's now in 5th. As you can see, they are maneuvering themselves here into single file. Darren Art looking like he is back in the lead. James Holzer in 2nd place. Steenbuckers dropping off to 4th. Werner just has sustained some damage on that right rear. It doesn't seem to hurt him all that much. We have Jaden Gimbel in trouble here. Ooh, what happened? Watch him. Ooh, a little bit further back. The black car with the pink, the 12 there. Ooh, brushes up to the wall at the entry of the turn, and then has a really hard time trying to get on again. You can't do that, guys. It doesn't work. You're going too fast for that. And he doesn't want to go into pit road, so he backs it up and he goes back on the racetrack. Oh, it doesn't get better than this. Darren Art leading the race. James Holzer in 2nd. Tyler Werner in 3rd. Ryan Steenbuckers in 4th. Gregory Joyner rounds out your top 5. Holzer doing a very good job. Started further in the back, I believe somewhere on the 8th row or something. And he is running for the race here. Darren Art also doing a very nice job. Steenbuckers is looked like he is holding back a little bit. Snare now past him. Snare passing Werner. Werner on the outside, losing out a little bit. It does look to me like that high side's still not working all that well. There's not very many of them that can make it happen there. Herman is in 6th. Holzer has got Joyner right behind him. There he goes. Gregory Joyner picks up 2nd position at the cost of James Holzer, going after Darren Ard. And there you have him. Joyner picks up the lead at the cost of Darren Ard. Still side by side, it's pretty close, but it looks like Joyner has the preferred line there on the inside, and that still works best. I will say that Darren hangs on there pretty good. In the tri-oval, that high side works okay, it looks like. Still side by side. And Holtz are closing in. I don't think James is really that eager to make it 3. Darren's pretty high there, but he makes it work. He's still side by side with Joyner. Holtz are not sure which line to pick. And it looks to me like James is holding back. He's got the speed, but he doesn't want to go 3 wide. And I can't blame him. Darren hanging on. Holds her to the outside of Joyner. Picks up second position. Ooh, he's so close to the wall there. Oh. Darren is doing a pretty good job up front there. Looks like it's settling down a little bit there. Darren Hart holds on to that lead. Gregory Joyner hangs on to his rear end as if there is a rope between him. There comes Holzer. Big move to the inside there, coming off of 2, and he makes that work. He gets underneath the 3, and now underneath the 98. Holzer picks up the lead. And look who's coming with him, Brad Herman. Look at that. Yep, Herman in second place now, slotting in front of Darren Ard and Gregory Joyner. Steenbecker's in 5th, Werner in 6th, and Schneer in 7th. Joyner into 3rd position with Darren Art up high a little bit. Steenbecker's looking to come in. We have a car in the pits that, something has gone wrong here. Not going yellow just yet, but let's find out what happened here. The 32. It's actually the 86 that causes it, losing it. And then tapping the 32 to 32. Looks like it pretty much can keep it off the wall there and continue. We are not going yellow because the 86 got a tow to the pits, getting himself out of the way really quickly. There he is. Let's bring you back up front. James Holzer hanging on to that lead with Brad Herman now in 2nd. 0.3 of a second further back we have Joyner, and then Darren Art and Steenbecker's. Steenbecker's coming to the inside of his teammate. Looks like they're going to swap positions here and try a different way. Ballard did bring it down to pit road. Tires probably hurt by that spin. Back markers coming up. And that would be Jaden Gimbel that is going to get a lap on his name there. Whoops. There's your leader, James Holzer. Gimbel staying high. Very nicely done. These guys are very good about that. They leave the leaders room to race. Very nicely done. Ballard still on pit road. Doesn't look like he's going to get moving once again. Holzer still hanging on there. Gregory Joyner in third position. Also underneath Gimbel. Steenbeckers, Werner, and Art are coming up next. That's Gimbel. That's the back marker. The number 12 car. Oh, careful, boys. As you can see, the speed difference is not that major. And only if the back marker really lifts is when they get by. Gimbel's not that slow. Tyler Werner there in fifth, right behind Ryan. Looks like James is holding off Brad Herman, and then there's a little bit of a gap to Gregory Joyner. It's about 3/4 of a second. We have an issue for the number 5. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. Ooh, coming off turn 4, losing the back end. Doing a little bit of dirt racing there, but he saves it. And once again, this is the transition to the banking is where it really gets tricky for these guys. But he does a pretty good job. There you're looking at Brad Herman. Brad is not afraid to touch that white line. As you can hear, we're definitely to the point where they can't go all out anymore. Tires worn too much for that. They last pitted on lap 88. We're on lap 113. And let's see. Randy is... ooh. Was he trying to get into pit road and just missed it? Or did he have another issue? Yeah, no, it looks like he was trying to go to pit road and just missed the entry there. Kyle Benson in the 76 is still running pretty good in 7th position, folks. Without that front end on that car, I would say that is pretty good. Mitchell is in 8th, Austin Reedy in 9th. Austin worked his way up from 17th at the last restart. Richard Rico in 10th, Debbie Hutchins in 13th. Holzer still in the lead. Holzer also your championship leader at this point, actually tied with Austin Reedy, so he's gonna create a little bit of a points gap over Reedy if they finish like this. Reedy currently in 9th position. Looks like everything is settling down at the front here a little bit. Holzer hanging on to that lead pretty good. Excuse me, Herman in 2nd. Joyner in 3rd at about a little under half a second there. Steenbeckers then in 4th, Werner in 5th, and Darren Art in 6th. Not really racing anyone at the moment, so it looks like everything has just opened up a little bit. As you can see here in the wide shot, the closest thing here in the lead group is Holzer and Herman. And I don't think Herman is really giving him that much of a hard time right now. Probably just waiting it out just a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking these guys are feeling those tires going away. You can hear them lift into turns quite significantly now. Doesn't look like Brad is fighting that car all that much. Likes to go down low. A little bit of a... the back end wants to step out a little bit. Steenbacher's worked his way to third. He's past Joyner. So now the next question is, how quickly can Ryan work his way forward? It does look to me like he is gaining slightly. Looked like Jerry Isaacs had some sort of issue. Not sure. No, not really. Well, let's go back to Ryan Steenbacher's. He is 1.3, almost 1.4 seconds behind Brad Herman. And if we look at the lap times, then Steenbacher is a little bit quicker, but it's not much. This is probably going to be a matter of being steady and not overdoing it, and then he will gain slightly. Well, the last lap it was Herman that was quicker, so it's pretty even. Right along with Ryan here, see how he's doing. He's got to be careful too. He's not really gaining on Herman and Holzer. He's actually losing a little bit. Let's go back to Brad and Holzer. They're still nose to tail here, and it looks to me like they are pretty even. And I just can't help but wonder if Brad has anything left. I think he's not showing it right now, but that could be on purpose. He could just be playing a little bit of a waiting game here, knowing that he can keep up with James. Might be a little early for him to start making James's life a little harder. We're on lap 126. We have, what is it, a little less than 40 laps to go. Let's go and take a little bit of a look down the field. This is Patrick Steen. He is in 14th position, closing in on Gade Gimbel. Car still looks pretty good. Morris in that 44 car is running in 12th. Still back end a little damaged, but not too bad. That is Jaden Gimbel in front of him there. He was being overtaken by the 32 of Ballard. Oh, Ballard almost loses it there. Gimbel down below the white line to make sure he stays out of the way. That almost went south there. Bring you back up to the front. Looks like Herman is fallen back slightly here. 3 to 4 tenths of a second now. Steenbacher's now over 2 seconds behind, so Steenbacher's is not quite running the same pace as the leaders. Werner in the fourth, staying behind Steenbacher's. Then it's Joyner, about 2 seconds behind Werner. And Ard, he can still follow Joyner pretty good. Austin Reedy, well, it looks like Austin is doing all right there in the 11 car. Past Benson in the damaged car. Austin trying to work his way back up there, no doubt. And once again, folks, you are watching round number 7 in the Pure Speed Elite Series, the Cup Cars on Thursday night, Atlanta, Georgia. Lap 131 of 162. This is a race that tries to call your attention to donate to pinkitforward.org, an organization that helps ladies that are fighting breast cancer. Give them a great day, get them pampered up a little bit, and take their mind off of things in a difficult period of time. Obviously, this is the final race in our month-long breast cancer awareness month in October. So I think these guys did a great job setting this stuff up. The first race in October was all pink. There's a lot of guys with pink liveries here tonight trying to call your attention to the very worthy cause here. Let's go check on Debbie Hutchins. She is running on the infield. It looks like she has been in the pits on lap 129, and for some reason things are not really going the way she was hoping they would go. Slowing down again. It looks like she's going back towards pit road in that 82. I can't see any damage on the car, so I'm not sure what's going on. We have Brad Herman falling off of position number 2 and following into the pits there. Green flag pit stops. Looks like that is what we're going to have to do here. That is always a tough decision to make for these drivers, because the longer you stay out, the more you wear the tires off, and the more you will fall back as far as pure speed is concerned. If you pit under green, obviously that's a time-consuming endeavor compared to the guys that stay out, but you gain it back with better tires and better speed for about 10 to 12 laps. We see Tyler Werner now coming in, Kyle Benson somewhere behind the pole there in that damaged car. We see Mitchell Snare coming down pit road. Herman was fairly lengthy pit stop, I would say. Ooh, somebody's got to back it up. Yeah, it's tough. If you don't get it right the first time, you're kind of back and forth there trying to get it right. Brett Herman, that was a fairly lengthy pit stop. Joyner now also on pit road. Holzer still out there with Steenbacher's now in second, Reedy in third. Oops, Ballard back on his way out. Callie Melanson coming in on 10th position. Joyner on his way out. Well, we'll keep an eye on James Holzer here. And now you can see, if you look at the left side of your screen, Herman in 16th position, 2 laps down. That was a costly pit stop. James Holzer still out there. Steenbacher's is 5 seconds behind him, so no threat at this moment. And Austin Reedy in the 11 car is now in third. Darren Art in fourth. Richard Rico in the number 18 car is in 5th position currently. Melanson coming in again. Well, we'll keep an eye on these front runners here. The top 8 has not been 8 yet in the pits yet. That brings the 89 of Patrick Steen in 8th position. But obviously they're going to be pitting pretty soon. Kate Gimbel in the number 2 in front of him. And that is Jaden Gimbel in front of Cade. Jaden is a couple laps down. Patrick Steen opting to go to pit road now. Holzer still out there, and lap time's not really that bad for the tires, for as long as they've been on that car. Still running 31.8. That's not bad at all. Brad Herman running 30.0 as lap time, so he's definitely quick, but he lost a lot of time. He lost 2 laps on the leaders. So until we see these leaders go into the pits, we will really not know how that is going to play out. Gimbel in the pits. Austin Reedy in 2nd. Steenbacher's dropped to 3rd. Steenbacher's is about a second slower on the last lap than Reedy was. So Steenbacher's is probably fighting that car. We can ride along with him and see. Being passed there. Passed by the number 3 of Joyner. Currently running in 9th position. Richard Rico decided to go down pit road. It's a tough choice to make. Holzer coming in now. Holzer coming in. Ooh, I hope he's not speeding there. That was a good entry, maybe a little bit too close for comfort. Now we're going to see how all this is going to play out, folks. With green flag pit stops, we are, what is it, 17, 18 laps from the finish. 4 new tires for James. And he is back on his way. That's definitely not a 2-lap pit stop, that's for sure. There he goes. He's 1 lap down from the leaders, but the leaders still got to go in. He is 14 seconds ahead of Brad Herman, so Brad Herman definitely lost some time in the pits. Reedy's still out there. 32.1 lap. There he comes into the pits. He's had enough of those tires as well. Oh, locks up going in. Hope he's not speeding on pit road there. Steenbacher's and Ard still out there. Holzer.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, that is good news for anybody that stayed out. Except for the ones that are the yellow, of course. Let's go see what's going on. That's Patrick Steen. And that other car is the 18. And that's Richard Rico. Something has gone wrong there. And it's actually Rico. Ooh, Rico gets really loose, can't save it, and washes up the track. And there is Patrick Steen, cannot avoid the wrecked car. Very bad, unfortunate for Richard Rico there. We are under yellow, and that means that is good news. For anybody that stayed out, they will lose a lot less time on pit road. Steenbachers and Art waited the longest, and that looks like it's going to pay off somewhat. Rico obviously down to pit road. Not sure if that is repairable. Steen also a lot of damage on that car. Steenbachers down pit road. Darren Ard, Austin Reedy back in. Tyler Werner, Samuel Morris, Cade Gimbel, Joyner, Holzer back in. They're taking advantage of this yellow pit stop to maybe get some more fresh rubber. That is interesting. Yep, right sides. Steenbachers going out. Art going out. Werner going out. Here is Holzer going out. So at the front, folks, we currently have Ryan Steenbachers back in the lead, so he didn't lose anything. Darren Ard in second position in the 98. Then it's the 33 of Tyler Werner. Kyle Benson in fourth. Austin Reedy in fifth. Has that car been fixed? 76. Let's see the front end of that thing. Yes, indeed, he has been fixed. Good job. Saved that fast repair for when it mattered. Samuel Morris in the 44 in sixth position. That is a little bit surprising, I would say. Is he coming in? Benson going back in? What's happening here? That kind of surprises me. I thought he took that fast repair, but maybe he didn't. Maybe there's more. No, right tires. All right, so where was I? We have Joyner in fourth, Holzer in fifth, Kate Gimbel in sixth, Austin Reedy in the 11 car in seventh. Then it's Samuel Morris in that 44 car. Kyle Benson back out in ninth, so he didn't really lose that much. Brad Herman in 10th. He did not pit this time around. He is back on the lead lap, though. So he picked up those 2 laps he went down on his pit stop. He picked them up by staying out now. Might be a pretty good call, although tires might become an issue. It's hard to tell, folks. Snare there is ahead of Herman on track, but he is not ahead in scoring. He is a lap down. Jerry Isaacs, Jaden Gimbel still running. Rico is back out there. Looks like he still had a fast repair as well. Stein, unfortunately, still sitting there. Benson back down pit road again. No. Not sure what the deal with that was. All right. Well, they're going to get the green flag on lap number 152. That means 11 more laps to go for the end. It's been a very exciting race. Steenbacher's on the inside.
Green flag, green flag.
And there we go. Racing once again. Darren Art on the outside has a better start than Steenbacher's. Joyner on the inside, and then it is, no, sorry, that's Joyner on the outside. It is Werner on the inside. Oh boy. Holzer, 3 wide, folks, 3 wide, coming down the backstretch into turn 3. And they make it work. Holzer into the leading position with a very, very daring move there. Werner in second on that higher side. Oh, Werner gets a bit of a wiggle there. Steenbacher's in second, Joyner in third. This is going to get a little racy here, I believe. Benson in the 76 in ninth, but he's quicker than anybody else at this point. He's at the tail end of the lead group, and it's going bad in the back end there. The 32 and the 12. That is Jayden Gimbel, and the 32 is Robert Ballard. And to be honest with you, that's not the first time we saw him in trouble today. Let's bring that back one more time, see what happened. He brushes the wall, he can't save it, he takes the 12 with him, and then somebody, 2 drivers trying to go to the apron to stay out of trouble, and it just didn't help. Very unfortunate. Now, that leaves us with 8 laps to go. Probably only 6 by the time we go green. And who is going down pit road to take a chance? I doubt that they will, because they got pretty fresh tires. Darren Art, Samuel Morris, Kate Gimbel, Brad Herman, all down pit road hoping for maybe a shot with fresh tires. And unfortunately, I don't think that would be a decision I would have made, because, well, maybe it won't cost them that much in track position, which it currently doesn't look like it does. Yeah, it doesn't cost them that much in track position. Darren is coming back out in 7th. And if they put the back markers to the back end, which I do believe they do, then that would actually be maybe a good call. I'll have to correct myself here. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. They might be counting on maybe another yellow and maybe a green, white, checkered after that. You sometimes can think ahead that way. Jayden Gimbel coming back out of the pits. Holzer is your leader. Steenbacher's in second. Joyner in third. Werner in fourth. Reedy in the 11, doing very good here. 76 with a damaged car, kept it up there in the top 10 pretty much the entire race. Finally took his fast repair at the end, or maybe not even his fast repair. Maybe it was all pit stops for the repairs. I don't know. It's very difficult to tell. And there you have it, folks. Darren Art what they are doing is they are putting the back markers behind the lead lap cars. So Darren Art is in 7th position on the track with fresh tires as opposed to the guys in front of him. So he might have something here. Although the tires of the guys in front of him are not that old, but he might have something here. And the same is true for Morris, Herman, and Kate Gimbel. Kate Gimbel in 10th position in that number 2 car. Back end is damaged, but no, that's not him. I'm sorry. Kate Gimbel is this car, the number 2 car, and he's in pretty good shape. The one that's damaged, that's Samuel Morris in 8th. So the damage doesn't seem to be hurting him all that much. Now the question is, are we staying single file or double file? It looks like we're going double file. That spices things up a little bit. So we'll be going green on lap 159, which means we have 4 laps of green flag racing if we can do it. Yeah, I think Darren Art might have a bit of an edge here if he can make it work. This is going to be the dash for the cash, folks. Atlanta, Georgia. Round number 7 of the Pure Speed Elite Series coming to a close here.
Green flag.
There we go. We are racing. Nice start. Everybody in good formation here. Holzer and Steenbuckers together towards turn 1. Gregory Joyner in 3rd. Steenbucker slots in there. Darren Art already in 6th position. Picked up 2 positions on that start. Holzer in the lead. Steenbucker's got to the high side. Joyner in 2nd now. And Werner and Reedy behind him. Ooh, Werner and Reedy and Benson looked for a minute like they were going 3 wide, but they didn't. Now, are they going 3 wide? It's hard to tell. I don't think they're close enough. Nope. Holzer holding them off. Steenbucker's in 2nd. Joyner in 3rd. Side by side. The 11 of Austin Reedy coming up there. Looks like Holzer isn't going to gain that much points on the 11 driver at all. Oh. That was Steenbuckers and Joyner getting together there. And there. Oh, my God.
Caution. Yellow flag.
Now it's going all bad. Bit of a connection issue on my side, it looked like. Can't show you the full replay. But Joyner survived. He's in 8th position and still rolling. And Holzer survived that, obviously. Steenbucker survived it. Reedy still in 3rd. Benson now in 4th. Darren Art in 5th. Brad Herman taken to the pits. He got caught up in that. And it looks like Mon, Schneer, Ballard, and Steen are in the pits. So we're going to do the first of 5 possible green-white checkers here, folks. Atlanta, Georgia, the 1 Mile Speedway. Round number 7 of the Pure Speed Elite Series. Is Holzer going into the pits, or is he just teasing everybody? Yeah, he's just teasing everybody. I was going to say that would surprise me, but he he made it look pretty good. Gimbel, Joyner, Werner, and Isaacs. There's some guys that took the bait. Nathaniel Mon coming out of the pits with a pretty damaged car there. Sure, he's going to get waved around. There we have the lucky dog that looks like Jayden Gimbel. Joyner back out in 7th, so he's pulling the same stunt as Darren Ard has done, and it doesn't cost him that much either. Werner in, ooh, he's still sitting there. I hope he's okay. That's taken pretty long. Did he get caught up in this as well? Well, there he is, and he's still running 9th. Mitchell Snare is still on pit road. Jayden Gimbel coming in. Mon will be waved around, obviously, before we go green, and then it's Holzer, Steenbachers, Reedy, Benson, Ard. So Darren Ard, with his earlier pit stop, has already picked up 2 or 3 positions. And it looked like Tyler Werner is trying to, really tried to do the same thing as is Joyner. So, but they only have 2 laps now, whereas Darren Ard thought he had 4 laps. And there goes Nathaniel Mon back around. That means we're going to line him up. 2 laps to settle this thing. If we can get him green. I will say, on the restarts, these guys have been pretty disciplined, waiting for that radio call. Maybe they have decided to start doing that.
Green flag, green
Yep.
flag.
Once again, good start. Ooh, little bit nose to tail bumping maybe. Holzer takes the lead. Reedy to the inside there. That brings him back up into 2nd position, folks. Steenbachers dropping off the 4th. Darren Ard in 5th. Benson's in between there. Holzer seems to be holding off Reedy. The white flag will be out, folks. There you have it. James Holzer, can he hang on here? Austin Reedy on the outside, the 76 of Benson coming along. It looks like Holzer still has it. Oh, Oh, he's defensive there. He's defensive, holding off the 11. The 11 can't get in there. If that's not blocking, I don't know what is. Holzer holding on. He's going to win this thing. It is Holzer in first. Reedy and Benson super close there for second and third. Then it's Steenbakkers is in fourth, Darren Ark in fifth, Morris in sixth, Kate Gimbel in seventh, Werner in eighth, Gregory Joyner in ninth, and Jerry Isaacs in 10th position. What a race. Holzer coming around. Ooh, it looks like he got beat up at the end. But that doesn't matter anymore. Still running, and it's still good for donuts. And there's plenty of room here in Atlanta for that. James Holzer, your winner, folks. Good job. Very exciting race. Round number 7 in the Pure Speed Elite Series here in Atlanta. Good stuff. 162 laps. We've done a couple more for the green, white, checkered, and it is Holzer that takes it home. Reedy and Benson on the podium there as well, and that is his signature right there. Let's see. If we can find Benson and Reedy already. Kyle, this is Mark in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, you had somewhat of an eventful event here, I believe. I think you drove quite a bit of distance without a front end there. Did you ultimately have it fixed by your fast repair, or was that the result of several pit stops getting it all fixed up bit by bit?
I think it's when you're hitting the guy so much, he kind of takes your front end from you. So, but yeah, really, I mean, just another eventful, going back and forth all night. As per usual, it's somehow I get my situation into, but it's just like another one of those races, man. Anybody could have won.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked to me. I mean, you may correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be up there in the beginning there quite well. You dropped off outside of the top 10, I believe. It took you a bit to get back up there, and then you just kept on chugging along, and there you are in the top 5 in the final stage here, and bringing it home in third. It's pretty amazing, my friend.
Yeah, just going on the Benson bus. I mean, all aboard, because the track, I'll tell you what, it was slicker than a seal covered in oil. So that it was just, when you get that far into a run, it's pretty much fair game at that point. It was so greasy and two, like I would be able to get a good run, and it just the rear end would slide out and I'd lose all my momentum.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys get in trouble there, and some of them saved it really nicely, and some of them not so much. That's just the way it goes. But yeah, it looked to me when we started tonight that the track temperature was a little bit on the high side, with 95 degrees or something like that, and that seems to be doing that for you.
Yeah, I always like a slick track. It's always nice. I'm always kind of used to the slicker types of tracks, especially with old Atlanta here, with tire wear, track temp, all that coming into play in the factor.
Now, the tires around here, is it pretty much equal to other tracks, about 10 to 12, maybe 15 laps, and they're starting to go away pretty bad?
Yeah, I was trying to arc the car so much to get the rear end to slide, just to break that, just to scrub it off a little bit. But yeah, like I said, the track was about as slick as a seal covered in oil. So
Well, I mean, despite all that, dude, good job. I mean, I'm impressed that the coming back from way back there in a field like this. Of course, yellows may help you out a little bit now and again. Sometimes you get the wave around at the good point, and sometimes the yellow falls nicely. It looked at the end that a lot of drivers went pitting under green. I believe you were one of them, and then Steenbakkers and Darren Art were lucky enough to be out there until that yellow. Obviously, that kept them up there in front, but ultimately it didn't matter that much.
Yeah, that caution. I was actually talking with Gimbal, and we were wondering. He was saying that I should just do it because, like I said, I had no front end. I think one of the fans took it. I don't know, but yeah, just had no front end. I had no thing was sliding everywhere. Decided just to take it, go for the risk it for the biscuit, and it worked. So, I mean, I just took it. I took my opportunity. I don't know how I got another podium, but I was really hoping I could make that number one position.
Well, I mean, you got pretty close, and it looked like James held it off there at the end, going pretty low there, I would say. But still, man, a good third position for you. Good points scoring again. So kudos to you, man. Any love yous
Yeah.
and thank yous you want to throw out there before I let you go?
Uh, yeah. Just thanks, Team Gimbal. We always bring fast cars, which is always nice. And yeah, good win, James. And you guys always have a pretty nice broadcast going, and I always like to watch it back a few times. So keep doing what y'all are doing. I mean, you guys are just a fantastic job with everything. So just
I
hoping I could stick around for a little longer.
I sure appreciate that, Kyle. Thank you very much, my friend, and go celebrate.
Oh, I definitely will.
Austin, second place for you, my friend. Your race was pretty eventful as well, I believe. Also, dropped back at times there and had to work your way back up. Talk me through it, sir.
Yeah, we were up front for I think at least the first half of the race or the first third of the race, and me and Holter kind of pulled away there. I think it was like 2.5 second lead we had, and I think a caution on coming out. We all pitted, and then the guys on new tires started blowing by, using their stuff up kind of early, and a car I've never even seen before just doored me coming out of two, and I had big right front damage, and I just fell back from there. And then I think a caution did come out a couple laps after that, I believe. And then I got the damage repaired. And I forget what else happened, but we ended up pitting. Like, as we were pitting, the caution came out, and I was like cruising up pit road, so I didn't stop in my box. I came back out, and I had an EOL penalty. Or no, I didn't have the penalty yet. Came back out, pitted when the pits were open, and then it gave me an EOL penalty, even though I was still in the lead lap. So
I,
we
w-
we
I,
had some.
I was wondering about that because I did see you go in, and after that, the yellow came out, and then after the yellow, I saw you go back in again. I'm thinking, why is he going back in? So basically, the first time you just drove through and got back on the track.
Yeah, I drove through the first time I came out. I don't think Steenbacher's had enough time to get around me, but on
Hey,
the
hey,
thing,
Reedy, not to interrupt, but I was just sitting here thinking about it. You don't get a black flag if you take service. That's NASCAR rules, anyways. I don't know if iRacing's the same or not.
yeah, I didn't take any service the first time, but then when I came down under the yellow and I got tires, I don't know if I just didn't see the pits were open, but everybody on the same lap as me was pitting, so I didn't know what was going on. So, but
Hmm.
that didn't really put me too far back. I think a lot of guys ended up getting penalties or something or wave arounds, and we were all single file, but I was like 3 cars back.
Because
But I also forgot before that, not to interrupt you, but
you would think that if
I
you're
forgot I got a
if you're already on pit road and the yellow comes out, you would think that that's never a penalty. I mean, you chose pit road before the yellow came out, so that
yeah, I don't.
you didn't enter a closed pit.
Yeah, I didn't get the penalty there. I just drove through, and then when I think I came back out, pit lane was open, and I pitted and gave me the EOL. But before that, I forget what happened. I think I was like starting in the back for some reason. Oh, I was repairing the damage. I was starting 16th, and I think gimbal got real loose, and I ended up dropping like 12 seconds behind the leaders, and we got back up like within 5 or something. It was just wild. I couldn't tell you what happened in the middle of that race.
Yeah, a lot was going on, but then that final restart, the dash for the cash there, so to speak, the green white checkered. You guys were really close there. You went for the inside. James defended on his inside. You I think you even went on the apron there. Did you think you had a shot at him there going into 3 and 4?
Yeah, if I think if my car was like 2 inches closer to his, he would have been turning left going down that back stretch, and Kyle Benson would have run that race because I knew I wasn't lifting. But he blocked us down the white line, which I knew he was going to do, and I would do the exact same thing. I'm not going to let somebody get that run on me and let him just win the race. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean that's hard racing. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I thought I would have a bigger run, but it just was not big enough for me to get my nose there. So.
Well, still Austin in second place, I think, is a pretty good result to bring home here tonight. So congratulations on that. Any love yous and thank yous for the rest of us out there.
Yeah, Team Gimbal, Big Fast Racing, and the boys that put on a show every week here. It's always fun.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Austin, and once again, congratulations.
All right, thanks, Mark.
So James, that brings us to you. You were up there pretty much the entire race, man. It looked to me like you had a good car. You know your lines. Actually in the beginning, it looked to me like you were the only one that made it work on the higher side. You passed a couple of guys on the outside when you first took the lead there. It didn't seem to me that many other people could do that. What was the difference?
I don't know. A lot of laps here. We just ran not too long ago for the four wide racing championship, and had a lot of practice laps here before, and we practiced a lot this week, and this track is a lot cooler, so knew there was gonna be a lot more grip up there. Wasn't really our plan to be up there that quick, as we were gonna drop back to the back, but the 21 car went down to the apron and almost wiped us out on lap 1 as we were just trying to get out of the way, and he suffered a little bit of left side damage, but that's the only damage we had all race. It was only like 7 seconds, so no fast repair, nothing like that. But our plan was just to hang and then wait for everyone to burn their tires off and then go. But ended up we were just able to keep it up front in the top 7 or 8, majority of the race. Was really able to do pretty good on that long run, and I knew Harmon was going to hang with me because he's fast, and we stretched out a good bit, and then I saw he started to fall off, and I was just trying to shake his draft because I knew as soon as I got out of it, I had him, because he was just pulling the straightaways. I was pulling about a 10th in the corners, so just the draft was pulling him back in. But we were able to run 3 and 4 a lot lower. I noticed our entry was a lot lower than everyone else, so we were getting under the bumps compared to everyone was coming over top the bumps. So even if they were carrying a little more momentum, we had less heat in the right front. So I think that proved crucial to the longevity that we had, and I think if that went green, we had it. Werner did shortcut it pretty good. I was going to be about, 17 seconds or so back, about up to speed with about 18 to go. But he was out there for about 10 laps or so his tires would have been about falling off. So, like I said, I think it would have been a close battle, and I would have liked to seen that shake out, but good job to the guys. We had a couple cautions at the beginning, and we did a really good job to get some green flag runs there at the end.
Now, is the difference between you and the others in that respect? Is it setup? Is it driving style? Is it saving your rubber better? What do you think it is?
I mean, it's not the car, since we're all in the same thing. I definitely think it's driving style. I tend to do a lot better. I'm not really a great mile-and-a-half driver because this package sucks, in plain words. I hate it. It's just really draft friendly, no lifting. You really don't have to drive the car that much in the first 10 laps, because like that's what I was doing. I was running like half to 3/4 throttle through the corners, and I was just keeping right on them, and I was keeping the right front a lot cooler, keeping the car as low as I could, and really not trying to battle, because like I know the 43 was good on the short run, 3 was good on the short run, 19 was good on the short run when he was out there for however many laps before he wrecked, and then we just kind of let them go, and then I knew we would get him back. And even if we had cautions, this race is so long, and I know I had short run speed, but yeah, like I said, I was just trying to save my stuff, and that's what we did.
Well, it looked like it worked out for you, James. Pretty good. Congratulations on that win. I don't know. I don't know what to add to it. I mean, it looked to me like you were just pretty much dominant the entire race. Pretty much ran your own thing without having to adapt to others that maybe would change your plan. You just ran your own plan.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like that, like I said at the beginning, but we adapted really quick and really had our plan, what we had going. And the last restart I knew was going to make me nervous because I saw who was behind me. Great driver, but I just know we drive each other really hard, and I knew he was going to go low. It was just a matter how much room I was going to give him. If it was like literally 3/10 of a second longer, I was going to pull up because I just didn't want to wreck coming to the line because that was a battle for the points lead because we were tied coming into this race, and I knew that. And I know he led a lap, and I think I led the most. I think I was around 80, so I think I led the most laps, but was just trying to keep points lead. But if he would have probably drove, a little bit more ahead, I would have gave him the line. But like you said, we were making the Heinlein work really well, so I don't think he would have had as much entry into the corner. So I think I could have left it like second, third lane and really rolled it and had the exit. I think I would have had it either way, but yeah, that was the last. The ending was wild.
Absolutely. All right, James. Well, thanks very much, my friend. Congratulations once again. Any love yous and thank yous you want to throw out there?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for broadcasting a fantastic race. Enjoy going back and watching over them every week. It's how I start my Friday morning at work. Um, yeah, shout out to all the guys that are on with every
Don't tell your
week.
boss.
Oh, my boss usually watches them. He watches them with me sometimes. He's a huge NASCAR fan, so
Cool.
he don't mind. He don't mind. But yeah, thank you, like I said, to you in the booth. Thanks to all these guys on track that push me every week to be faster and faster. We have deep talent in here. We had a new guy tonight join us, Sam Morris. He's a little bit new to the iRacing circuit, but he's very familiar with the NASCAR atmosphere as he races for Hendrick on NASCAR Heat. I don't know if you want me to say that or not, but anyways, he's really
Yeah, that's
familiar
fine.
with that. And yeah, shout out to that, and then shout out to my friend that was texting me throughout the race. Who was watching the broadcast all race and hyping me up for the last two laps. He was like, "Oh, you got this," and meanwhile, I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I hate being out front at these kind of races." So
Yeah,
we'll give her all we had, but oh yeah, adrenaline was pumping those last two laps, and yeah, I'm just glad it ended up the way it was because, like you said, I felt that we had the best long run car. I just was shaky on the short run because I really didn't run the short run that hard all race.
Gotcha. All right, James. Well, once again, man, congratulations. You did great. I appreciate the nice words. I enjoy doing this series. It's always very competitive. I agree with you. There's a lot of talent here, and there's a lot of, I think, very respectful racing for the wins going on here. And you and Austin proved that here in the final lap. I mean, it's hard, but it's fair, and it doesn't end up in a major mess. And that's what we like to see. That's what NASCAR racing should all be about, I believe.
Oh, absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah, I'm glad it ended. The ending was a little bit cleaner than Michigan last week. Feel bad for Gimbal still for getting put in the wall coming to the line there, but that was searching for the same real estate. So
Absolutely, and I know stuff happens. That's part of it. But all in all, generally speaking, we're on. This was round 7 of the championship since I've been with you guys. It's been a lot of fun, and it's very clean and very respectful. Also, what I noticed very much is the guys that aren't up there at the top racing for the win, but the guys that are getting lapped are being very respectful, trying to make way for the people that are fighting for the prizes, and you don't see that in every series, not in the way that I see it here. So kudos to all you guys, and I think everybody deserves a big shout out as far as that is concerned.
absolutely, yeah. Like I don't know if I told you this start, but this is our first year as a league. PSES, Pure Speed Elite Series. We originally actually never ran on NASCAR Heat, but that's where we start. That's where they started at.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know.
they still compete a lot on NASCAR Heat as well, but with the interest in iRacing growing, a couple of us, got together and said, "Hey, we should really start a league." And Gimbal and Rico really took the foreground on that, and I was privileged enough for them to bring me in as an admin and help them out with cautions and stuff like that, and got the whole thing put together. And this is week 7, so this is just the start. I mean, it's been fantastic. I really couldn't ask for much more. We've had green flag pit stops in almost every race, so can't really say that about a lot of leagues. So like
Absolutely, I agree with you. I
I
mean,
think we'll only get better as we go.
I couldn't agree with you more, and it's been especially for my end. You know, I see a lot of races, obviously, and there's leagues where there's, you know, races where they barely do 50% of the race under green, and then there's this, and so I mean that makes a big difference, and it's just much more fun to watch. It's much more fun to cover. It's just all around very good racing, I think.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, thank you once again, and I'm looking forward to next week. It's gonna be good.
All right, thanks very much, James. We'll talk to you next week, probably.
Yeah, hopefully. I'd like to see you in the top 3 booth once again. That'd be great.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep.
All right, folks, that'll do it here in Atlanta, Georgia. The round number 7 of the Pure Speed Elite Series. You heard James talk a little bit about how most of these guys are coming from NASCAR Heat on Xbox, and they transferred over into iRacing. This is really their first season, and I couldn't agree more with James. This has been a phenomenal series so far, with very good racing, very respectful. That doesn't mean that nothing ever happens. Yes, it does. We've seen that in Michigan at the finish there. That was not the best way to end a race, but if you look at it tonight, they make up for that with a very exciting final green-white checkered here between James and Austin, and like I said, I kudos to all the guys that are not fighting for the prizes, that are making room for the leaders and the faster cars to run their race. They're not in the way. They're trying to be respectful. That doesn't mean that they don't make mistakes. We've seen some of that as well. You know, somebody getting in trouble and trying to transition back up onto the banking where it's really not the right moment to do so. But that's part of a learning process in that every driver goes through. This looks a heck of a lot easier than it is, folks. I do a lot of iRacing myself. I'm not particularly a NASCAR driver. I run more road courses, but I can tell you this looks a lot more easy than it is. When you're going 180 miles an hour around Atlanta, Georgia, in these cars, and the back end slides out, that is not easy to catch. You can take my word on that. And there's been more times that I couldn't do it than I've seen these guys catch them. So. Again, there is some talent in this series. So finally, folks, you see the results here on your screen. Holzer, Reedy, and Benson, your top 3 drivers. Let's slowly look down through this list. Steenbakker's in 4th. It looked like he was pretty strong. Had to come from way back as well. Darren Ard was pretty strong. Morris, as you heard his teammates say there, new to the series, doing a very good job bringing it home in 6th position. Kate Gimbel, very strong finish, was working hard throughout the race to stay in the top 10. It looked like he succeeded there pretty good. Tyler Werner was up there at the front for a while, dropped back a little bit, took a gamble on the pit stop there at the end, getting some fresh tires, brings it home in 8th. So ultimately, I believe that was one spot he won since the last green flag. Joyner in 9th, Isaacs in 10th. Jaden Gimbel brings it home in 11th. After all the trouble he's been through, that's still a pretty good result, I think. Kelly Melanson in 12th. Then Rico Debbie Hutchins brings it home in 14th. Brad Herman 15th. Nathaniel Mann also had quite a few incidents that he fell victim to. And then Randy Bisquette in 17th, Mitchell Snare in 14th, and we can bring you the rest of them as well. There they are. Let's see, Robert Ballard in 19th, Patrick Steen, Brian Crocker, Cody Havens, some of the guys that didn't make it to the end, Chris Massey, Jake Rowell, and Brandon Gillis, Paul Bailey. Jake Rowell ran very strong in the beginning there and fell victim to an incident and didn't roll the car across the finish. So, oops, there you have it. Pushing all kinds of buttons, but not the right ones. There we go. That'll do it for tonight, folks. Next week we are going to do round number 8 in Pocono, the Tri-Oval, something different from the regular tracks. Pocono always makes for good racing, I think, and I expect nothing less with this crowd at Pocono. We're going to have a lot of fun there, so we really hope you can join us for that one. That's going to be a week from today. We once again want to acknowledge this is the final race in October, the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We're going to close that up. We really appreciate all the drivers that have taken the effort to bring in a special paint job for the races where we try to create some more awareness for breast cancer. Once again, folks, we had a donation race here tonight. Pinitforward.org. Go check them out. We really appreciate initiatives like this in racing leagues. We even more appreciate the initiatives of the founders of Pink It Forward, ladies that want to help out their friends. I guess you could call them help out people that are suffering from breast cancer. Make sure they have a good day every once in a while, and obviously all that stuff is going to eat up some money, and we would really appreciate it if you would go over there to pinkitforward.org and see if you can donate a couple of dollars and help those ladies out. Very worthy cause. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. This is Short Shift Broadcasting. My name is Mark. Next week in Pocono, we hope to see you back again. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy, and take care of one another.